But with every goal that we talk about in this video is going to be a little bit of therapy, a little bit of, you know, friendly chit chat, heart to heart between you and I, okay? So let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the monthly reset video for the month of May. Oh my gosh, we did it. Like, actual spring is here. I am so excited. I had so much fun getting prepped for this video. I think it's gonna be really fun, really tangible, which I feel like my resets haven't been for a while. I set a bunch of really tangible goals, and you guys might have noticed in the intro, I am back on Notion, which is super exciting. I feel like, I don't know, I was just really ready to set some like concrete goals this month, and I'm so excited to share them with you. I really hope that this video inspires you, it makes you feel uplifted, and that you enjoy watching it. If you are new, my name is Zoe. I'm 26 and I live in Montreal. I really love making these reset videos because whether or not the goals are tangible like they are this month or are more abstract like they were in the previous months, I just feel like sitting down at the beginning of every single month, and it doesn't even have to be at the beginning. You can literally do this in the middle of the month. You could do this a little bit into the month. It doesn't matter, but just sitting down alone and like collecting your thoughts, and whether it's journaling or putting them into Notion like I did, or even just taking a moment to think in your head about what do you want this month to feel like, what do you want this month to look like, and what are some things that you would like to accomplish this month. I just find it helps me enter the month with a really clear head, with kind of an intention and a purpose and a sense of direction. So yeah, that's kind of what the monthly resets do for me. I really hope you enjoy this video. I also want to say that in this monthly reset, we're not going to be touching on anything financial. If you guys want to get a peek at my budget, make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for the monthly money video, which is where I do my full budgeting reset, and I do it in a separate video because I will talk on and on and on for days and days and days about money. You guys know. So that video will be out shortly. I also want to thank Garage for sponsoring this video. I will be showing you guys some cute new outfits, including the one that I have on a little bit later in the video. But thank you so much to Garage for partnering with me on this May monthly reset. And with all that being said, I think you guys kind of get the gist. We've set up the stage. Let's dive right in. So when I was prepping for this video, before I sat down and put things into Notion, just kind of towards the end of April, I like to kind of just reflect on what do I want May to feel like? What do I want to talk about in my reset video? And so many thoughts flooded into my mind because April has been quite a challenging month for me. It's been very exciting in many ways. It's felt really good in many ways, but overall my anxiety's been quite high, and it's just been a bit challenging. I feel like I've been completely off my routine for most of the month of April, and I said this in a recent vlog of mine. That vlog actually might go live after this video, but I spoke about how when I'm off my routine, I'm much more anxious. So kind of being off of my routine for a whole month was a little bit tricky, so I'm just really ready to get back into it. But I've talked so much about routines in my other videos that I didn't, like, we don't need to go over it again. It's the same plan as it was last month. And that's the cool thing is, like, if you don't stick to your routine, if you don't stick to your goals, you can just try again. Like, it's really not the end of the world. But there were so many things, little individual things that I was thinking about, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I talk about all of this in my monthly reset, it's gonna be just like word vomit therapy. And then I was like, I think that'll make for a good video. I've made it structured, and that's really why I used Notion, was to make all of my thoughts and all of my, you know, crazy things going on in my brain, to give it some structure so that I can act on it. But with every goal that we talk about in this video is gonna be a little bit of therapy, a little bit of, you know, friendly chit chat, heart to heart between you and I, okay? So let's get into it. Now, I mentioned that April was a little bit challenging, but I still wanna do the new kind of segment for the monthly resets, which is something that you are grateful for that happened in the previous month and something that you are looking forward to in the upcoming month. So for April, the thing I'm grateful for is also the thing that made this month very challenging, and it is that I got so many kind of career opportunities, and it felt like everything career-wise in my life was like not peaking, because I don't want to say like, you know, I don't want to say that that was the peak. I hope things continue to grow, but there was just a lot of opportunities, a lot of work coming in YouTube, in copywriting, and even just like extra shifts at my part-time job, and just kind of getting more involved there as well. Like everything just kind of leveled up a little bit, which is amazing. But when it all happened at the same time, it's like, whoa, it's super overwhelming. But now that I'm here and I'm at the end of April, and I know that in May, I'm gonna take it a little bit more easy, and I'm probably also easing into like a slower summer, especially as it comes to content creation. Things are just slower in the summer on YouTube. I need to look at this month and that, yes, it was challenging, but I need to be so grateful for everything that came up, and I truly am really grateful for it. So yeah, I got a new project with copywriting, same client, new project, which I'm so grateful for. It's super exciting. We've been having calls for it all week, and it just makes me really happy. Cool new partners on YouTube, cool new video ideas, and I just really like my part-time job. So that is all good, and I'm really grateful for all of it. I would love for you to let me know in the comments something that you are grateful for that happened in the month of April. And for May, I'm really looking forward to slowing down a little bit. That is gonna be the theme of the month. But yeah, I just need to slow down, because if I have another overwhelming month like I did in April, I don't think it's gonna be very good for my mental health. So I need to consciously like take a step back and slow down. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh my gosh, I have to take a video of this. Maggie is sleeping right next to me, and she's using my makeup bag as a pillow. She's so cute. Hi, princess. I'm so happy you're next to me. And I've got my laptop. Let's take a look at Notion, because it's been so long since I've used this thing. I was obsessed with Notion throughout like the summer and the fall. I was completely obsessed with it. And then I just kind of fell off of the Notion train. I was really more into like paper journaling and all of that. But lately I've fallen off my paper journal, and I've been spending a lot more time like on the computer. And I just really like using Notion. I like how it's aesthetic. I like how I've made this template that I honestly really love. The problem with Notion, which is not really a problem, is you have to be accountable to it. I find like if you neglect it for a week or two, you've got to go back in and clean it up. I know there are ways to automate it. I guess I just haven't gotten there yet, but you do kind of need to look at your Notion like every couple of days just to like keep up with it. I really do want to get better at checking in with it though, and just being more accountable to all these small habits. And I feel like, okay, here comes the therapy. I feel like it's, for me, a lot of small habits that I just let go of and that I don't stick to. It's like small, easy things that I could be doing every day, and I could like habit stack or really make them a part of my routine. But I'm just like, oh, they're small, and like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, like procrastinating, I guess. And then they become big, and then they overwhelm me. So we're gonna get back on the Notion train, and I think I'm gonna speak in positive words. I am gonna stick to it. I am gonna stick to it. So you guys can see on the screen here my template. This may look familiar because I did a whole walkthrough of this template in another video. So that was nice. I just had to come back in and clean it up. I still had like the framework, which I really like for this template. And if we just walk through it really quick, I just put in this week's priorities and then daily habit goals. These are where I want to be checking in every day or every week. The posting calendar is for YouTube. It is not up to date, but I will update it. I put in some boards here. So we have like personal recipes, workout tracker, stuff like that. This I'll go more in depth in like maybe never, it may not be relevant, but what I really want to look at here is the monthly resets. This is a new little section that I added in. Down below, I have like a video planner and all of that, but that is not the point of today. So let's click into the monthly reset where I've made this little template for the month of May. I made it look super cute and pretty, which makes me really happy. And actually, if we just go back, I'll show you guys. you can duplicate this. So every single month you can use the same template, and then you just need to edit the goals and like change the name of the month and maybe change the background picture. So we'll delete that for now. Let's go into May. I chose magnolias at the top because May is the month where all of the trees in Montreal will start to bloom. Magnolias are my favorite. That's actually why I named my dog Maggie. Her like full name is Magnolia. And let's dive in. First things first, I chose a theme for the month. I really like doing that because it just gives like a big picture idea of how I want the month to look and to feel. So I have 2 themes for the month of May. The first is rest, which really just comes down to taking it slower. I worked so hard in the month of April, and I like working hard. I'm not opposed to it. And I don't want to talk in terms of like number of hours or whatever, but if I sit back and think about like being on from the time, what time to what time, like I was go, go, go all day, like it's actually unhealthy. And something that I'm currently exploring is kind of my relationship with productivity and hard work, and how I think I'm like a little bit addicted to it. I want to talk about that in a separate video, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm allowed to rest, or I don't feel like I deserve to rest. And that is not true. We all deserve to rest, and rest is productive. Just running yourself into the ground, working nonstop, thinking about work nonstop, it's just not healthy. And I really want to stop doing that because I already feel myself, like the anxiety that I felt this month of April, I feel like I've been really good at keeping it at bay and being a lot more relaxed, especially since January of 2023. And so I just felt my old habits coming back, and I want to like push them back, you know? Like, yes, it's nice to work hard. Yes, it's nice to do extra things and earn extra income, but it is not nice if it comes with the price of your mental health. The next theme is wellness, and more therapy coming in. This whole video is going to be therapy. There are certain habits that I have a really hard time sticking to, and I feel like it's anything wellness related. I just have such a hard time sticking to these habits. When I filmed the last monthly reset at the beginning of April, I was so proud that I had been on a really great kind of kick when it came to workouts and wellness. And I literally feel like after I filmed that video, it all went out the window. When I was thinking about this monthly reset, I was really like, why can't I stick to this wellness habit? Like, what is it? And I noticed something. I realized something, that when I get close to accomplishing something, especially when it comes to wellness, so like let's say with fitness, okay? When I consistently work out for a little bit and I start to see a little bit of results, I'm like, okay, I did it, and I can stop. It's either like I'm afraid of results, don't know why, or once I see little ones, I'm like, we're done, we're good. Like, I really don't know how to explain it, but like, I was seeing some physical results of working out. Even one time in a video, somebody commented like, oh, your arms are looking more toned. And I was so happy, but rather than channeling that happiness and that pride into going further, I'm like, okay, stop, which makes no sense. And it's probably something I need to explore with my therapist. But to me, it's kind of embarrassing to consistently come on camera and be like, I'm gonna work on my wellness, I'm gonna work on my wellness, and not do it. And like, if I were someone watching at home, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this girl keeps saying she's gonna do it and she doesn't do it. Like, it's embarrassing to me, it's embarrassing. But I also wanna set an example of, yeah, I don't achieve every goal that I set. And this is one that's really hard for me to stick to. But am I gonna give up? Do I want you guys to give up on the ones that you have a hard time sticking to? No, we gotta keep going. So as much as it's embarrassing, as much as I wish I could just naturally be someone who sticks to these goals and who's like, you know, puts my fitness first and wellness first, it's something I have a hard time with, but I'm not gonna give up. So what I wrote here was working through habits that I have a hard time sticking to and focusing on wellness and fitness. So drinking water, sleeping more, making that a priority over extra work, over taking an extra shift at the spin studio, over those extra copywriting hours, right? Like, No, sleep comes first. Getting a quick workout in, even just 20 minutes, that comes first. Going for a long walk, that comes first. So that's my themes for the month. I set 3 affirmations for the month. This was inspired by the lucky girl syndrome trend, which I am currently obsessed with. I did a whole lucky girl syndrome, like trying it out day in my life, and I had the best day ever, like literally the best day ever. It wasn't the most realistic day because I like dedicated my whole day to having fun, but I think there were elements of that lucky girl syndrome and some of the things that I did that day that I can incorporate every single day, and affirmations is an incredible one. So for the month, I set 3 affirmations. I can be successful without overworking myself. Rest is productive. And I am so lucky. I am living my dream life every single day. Those 3 affirmations really speak to me. They really like hit home and hit me in the heart. They make me feel uplifted. They make me feel able to rest and to chill out a little bit. And my favorite one is that I am living my dream life, because we are all living our dream life in one way or another. There's at least one area of our life that probably younger us used to dream about or used to never think was possible, and we're doing it, we're living it, and it's important to recognize that and be grateful for that, and just like, wow, I'm living my dream life. I live in a city that I've always wanted to live in. Maybe you've got the dog you've always wanted to have. Maybe you've got the partner you've always wished for. Maybe you've always wanted to be a reader and now you're finally into reading. Like whatever it may be, you once wished for that thing. So it's so important to be grateful for it and to remind yourself of it. And then the first affirmation goes back to that kind of obsession with productivity, where I feel like the only way to be successful is to work around the clock, do the most hours, the most videos. And it's just not true. Success looks different in so many ways. And when I actually think about it, to me, success does not look like being stressed out and working around the clock. Like, that's not successful. That actually sounds not very pleasant. So those are my affirmations. Now, before we get into the individual goals, which I am so excited to share for you, let me show you guys some of the pieces that I got from Garage. And once again, I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. They are such an incredible partner on my channel, and I'm so grateful for their support throughout my videos. And I'm so grateful for their cute clothes, because Garage makes the cutest, most affordable clothes, and I'm obsessed. We'll start with what I'm wearing right now. It's this lace bustier top. I really like it because it reminds me of that kind of camisole pajama trend, like with the lace trim and the little bow here. But the mesh and the stitching just make it a little bit more dressed up. It's super cute, it's super comfortable. It's not like scratchy, it's not too tight. I feel supported, and the bra area is lined, which is really, really nice. So you don't need to worry about wearing a bra. I don't like wearing like nipple covers or anything like that. I just want to put the shirt on and go, especially in the spring and summertime. Literally all year round, I'm not going to wear those sticky things, but you know. So this top is so perfect, and I'm wearing it with these new straight leg light wash jeans. They're of a higher waist, which is perfect for this summer with like little crop tops. And the straight leg, I just love it so much. I feel like this whole outfit feels a little bit 90s. It reminds me of the girl in 10 Things I Hate About You, like with a little black bag is how I styled it. I also styled it with this crew neck over top, because as much as I wish it was super hot outside already, we still definitely have a bit of chill in the air here in Montreal. So just throwing it over the shoulders, putting it on when it gets a little bit chillier. And I love how the crew neck looks with the straight leg jeans as well. So all of the outfits that I'm showing you are from their latest spring drop, which is very feminine, flowy, perfect for the warmer seasons. The next top is this white halter top. It is so cute. It's so comfortable. It feels very, very supportive. I got it in a medium to make sure that the triangles were big enough to cover my boobs. And what I love is that this one is also lined. So again, you don't need to wear like nipple covers. None of that, especially because the back is open. You want to just be able to put it on and be comfortable and go. And I paired it with these same jeans, the same cut of jeans, just in a kind of light black wash. Both of these pairs of jeans you'll be able to wear year round, and Garage jeans are so comfortable and so affordable They are my favorite. They retail for about $60 Canadian, which I think is an amazing price for such good quality jeans. And the last little outfit that I want to show you is this really cute baby doll dress. It also has this open back, which a lot of the pieces on Garage, I'm noticing that's like really trendy, is they all have this like open back, which is so fun. I feel like it's just really free and kind of sexy for the springtime. And this dress is so cute. It's also lined, which is really nice, so you do feel like covered up. All of these pieces I just want to wear with my hair like this in a claw clip, a little bag, and I styled them today with sneakers, but I would really love to wear them with some ballet flats. I feel like that would be so cute. So those are my few little new pieces for spring from Garage. If you are looking for some new spring pieces, I'll have all of those linked down below. Even if it's just for window shopping, it really supports my channel when you guys click on my links. Thank you so much to Garage for working with me on this video. I love Garage so much. They're from Montreal, they're affordable, their products feel good, they fit well, they look good, like it's just perfect. Alrighty, now let's get into those concrete goals. So all of these goals live in Notion. I have the 2 affirmations kind of at the top, and then everything else is just in a nice line underneath. I also made these a checkbox so that I can come back in at the end of the month and like check every little thing off. And let's go through them one by one. So goal number 1 is to spend more money and let go. And I know this sounds weird considering I've been talking about like taking it more easy, maybe working a little bit less. What I wrote here is to let go of cheapness when it comes to spending, especially on things like dining out and also going out with friends. I talked about this in my mid-month April kind of money check-in. I talked about how I seem to have no problem spending on like clothes and on material things, but whenever I eat out, go out for drinks, like do things with friends that cost money, I feel guilty and I will literally try and avoid them. Like I will avoid making plans because I don't want to spend money. I'll be like, I'll just stay in. And I think it's totally fine to be a homebody. I think overall I am more of a homebody, but I don't want to like miss out on fun times, and I don't want to say no just because I don't want to spend money. Obviously, there are ways to hang out with friends and to do things with other people that don't involve spending money, but once in a while, it really is fun to grab your bestie and get out and go out for dinner, you know? Like there's something special about that too. So I kind of just want to let go and like be okay with maybe spending a little bit more in those areas. I want to give a shout out to Caroline or Carolyn, who commented that on that mid-month money check-in, and it was such a wake-up call, your comment, so thank you so much. She basically just suggested that 1, I don't feel bad, and 2, I expand my budget in these areas for spring and summer to really enjoy them, because we spend like half the year here in winter. Like let's go out and enjoy, and we don't need to feel guilty. So that is a big goal of mine for the month of May. And I wrote down 3 little challenges to get me to do this. The first is to take a workout class that I actually have to pay for. So because I work at a spin studio, I get free workout classes, and I'll sometimes get invited to classes like with a friend. We want to go boxing, we want to go yoga, I don't know, whatever. And I will like avoid it because I don't want to pay for workout classes when I already get free workout classes at a different studio. But like they're completely different. Like boxing, okay, just pay the $25 and go boxing. Like get over it. It's really not the end of the world. Number 2 is to go out for dinner, get dressed up, maybe even grab a drink with friends. And number 3 is to treat myself to a coffee while I'm not working. I will buy myself coffee like all the time while I'm working, especially when I'm here at the office, because I don't have a fridge. I can't really make coffee in here. So I'm like, oh, I'm working, I'm gonna go get a coffee. But I wanna treat myself to a coffee while I'm by myself, just like out for a walk, just me and Maggie and a nice coffee, and just feel like I'm part of the city and like I'm doing stuff and I'm just out for a walk and I'm just treating myself. Those are my 3 challenges related to goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to work out consistently, but not more. Something that I've realized that I do is I'll be like, okay, it's time to get into a workout kick. Let's work out 5 times a week. Go, you know? And going from 0 to 5 is actually really challenging. And I don't know why I do that, because I'm literally setting myself up for failure. I think I'm very like all or nothing when it comes to a lot of things. So for May, I said to myself, what if I just challenged myself to work out 2 to 3 times per week? That is so doable. Like 1 class during the week, 1 class on the weekend, and maybe a bonus class if I feel like it. If I stick to that, and like, let's say at the end of the month, all 4 weeks, I've done 2 to 3 workout classes and I see all of those blue check marks, I'm gonna build my self-confidence that way because I've proven that I can do it, that I can stick to it for a whole month, and then just go from there. Maybe bring it up. Is that realistic? Maybe bring it up to 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5, or just figuring out what number is realistic for me, because clearly doing 4 to 5 workouts a week for a month straight, I've never been able to stick to it. Like, I don't think ever, maybe once. So going smaller, but being more consistent with it. And I hope that I'll just feel proud at the end of the month. And doing 2 workouts a week is an accomplishment. It is great. Like, it is something to be proud of. I didn't include it in here, but I also want to start taking more long walks. So my goal is actually to do 3 long walks per week. So that's that when it comes to my wellness goal. I also want to keep it minimal by just setting that, not adding in the water, not adding in the journal and the meditate and blah, 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 like not making it so overwhelming, because every time I do that, it's really cool and it's really fun and it's inspiring at the beginning, but it's simply not sustainable with the busy lifestyle that I have. Like, I wish I was that person who could meditate and work and like literally do it all and take care of my dog and see my friends. And I don't know how people do it. I really don't. If you've got the secret, please let me know. But we're just gonna take it down a notch and do 1 step at a time, achieve 1 single wellness goal at a time. Number 3 is a new one, and that is to kick my stimulus addiction. I have noticed that I am becoming so addicted to stimulation, whether it's visual or audio. I know that sounds kind of weird, but just hear me out. Basically, I cannot be in silence. If I'm walking, I need a podcast in my ears. If I'm cooking, I need the TV on or a podcast. If I'm sitting idly on the metro or waiting for someone, like if I'm waiting for JS to come out of the grocery store, I'm scrolling on my phone. Like, I cannot be without external stimulation. And I think that that is so unhealthy. Like, we should be able to sit in silence. We should be able to just sit and not immediately go on our phone and start scrolling. It's just a really bad habit that has gotten significantly worse for me. So I really this month want to remove a bunch of the stimulation that I'm literally addicted to and be comfortable with sitting in silence, with sitting on the metro and like looking somewhere. You know, there's not really anything to look at on the metro. Like, it's not like being in a car and you can look outside. But maybe reading or just kind of people watching, not being, you know, like everyone else and just staring at our phones all the time. Like, it's, I don't know. I think it's really, it's really like, it's an ick I have about myself that I do that. You know, walking and listening to the sounds of the city and the birds and like, you know, kids playing in the park in the distance. Like, those are the sounds that make up life. And I love podcasts so much. Like, I really do. And I think, you know, there's a time and a place for a podcast, and there's a time and a place for silence or for the sounds of the world. I also realized with this whole like stimulus addiction is I've stopped discovering new music. Like, I barely listen to music anymore. And music is obviously so emotional. It can make us happy. It can help us kind of express our sadness. And I've just like not been listening to music. So I want to replace some podcasts with more music. I just think that will help my mood a lot too. Another individual goal is to delete Instagram every single day. And I know that's weird, but how many of us will mindlessly tap on the Instagram icon or mindlessly tap on the TikTok icon? I like don't even let myself open TikTok. I don't even know why I still have the app on my phone, but Instagram, I am addicted to it. So what I want to do is have like 1 Instagram time per day. So I'll download the app, I'll go on, I'll look at what I want to look on, I'll answer my messages, I'll post what I want to post. Maybe I'll have it on my phone for an hour or 2, and then I delete it so that I'm not waking up and looking at Instagram, or every time I'm like bored for a second at work looking at Instagram. The amount of times I tap on the Instagram icon per day is like disgusting, and I really, really want to stop. So I'm just gonna delete it. If I can't handle having it on my phone, I'm like a parent, I'm removing my privileges. And the last thing is really challenging myself, like I said, when I go on those walks, to listen to the city, listen to the birds, take Maggie for a walk and like look at her and listen to the sound of her, like, you know, her collar jingling, like all of those little sounds, not just like blasting a podcast in my ear and like tuning out. Goal number 4 is to maintain a healthy work balance. I talked so much about this at the beginning of the video, but I really try to do it all. I really want to do it all. And I kind of have 3 buckets when it comes to work. I have YouTube and content creation, I have freelance work, and I have my part-time job. And I know to many people, my part-time job probably seems so silly because it's like literally minimum wage and like, what are you doing, Zoe? But it's so much fun. It gets me out of the house and I genuinely love it. However, this month, I really did start to feel very overwhelmed with all 3 of those buckets. And I was like, oh my God, maybe I need to quit. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I took on too much. But I've been reflecting and I would rather have 3 things going on that I enjoy, as long as I enjoy them, because I think I'm someone who thrives on that diversity of work rather than just having one thing to like dedicate my whole day to. Even something like YouTube that I love so much, it's nice to take a break from it sometimes and work on copywriting or go to the spin studio. That being said, I did pick up extra shifts at the spin studio and it was too much. So I'm setting the boundary of like no more than 3 shifts per week because it's so early in the morning and because it does cut into the rest of my working day. More than 3, it just doesn't work. I've also had moments where I'm like, should I keep doing copywriting? But yes, I think I should. I wrote down that I'd like to set the goal to earn $1,500 from copywriting. And the reason I'm setting like a monetary goal is because I'm paid by the hour. So, you know, that goal is directly correlated to how many hours I put in. And I feel like that number equals out to a very manageable number of hours per week. And then the last thing, I feel like I'm gonna make some people sad, but going back to 2 YouTube videos per week. I kind of moved up to 3 this month just because I had so many ideas and I was like, let's go. Like I was really in it. But with everything else going on, 3 videos, it's a lot of work. It's a lot for me. And I think it stresses me out too much. And I so want to be that person who can do it all and who can do the 3 videos a week. But I'd rather give you guys like 2 really good videos than 3 like videos. Because I'm really particular when it comes to my editing and I watch every video back and I make long videos and I want to make every single video one that I'm proud of, one that I know you guys are going to enjoy. Or maybe I don't know you're gonna enjoy it and I try something new, but just kind of go for quality over quantity. Maybe one day I'll be someone who's able to do 3, I don't know. Because I love when my favorite YouTubers upload a lot. So I wish I could do that, but at least for May, with the goal of settling down a little bit and just taking a step back, I'm gonna go for 2 videos per week. Last goal, goal number 5, is a real throwback to my annual reset, which is where I said that I want to get into hosting. I've never been someone to host people over at my apartment. I've always actually been kind of like afraid of having people over. I get like really anxious and I start like touching everything, cleaning, you know. And now that I've moved, now that I live with JS, I think it's a perfect fresh kind of slate to get into hosting a little bit more, have some friends over. And also, if I get better at hosting, that's gonna be like that perfect balance between going out and like spending money and having people over and hanging out with friends in a little bit more of an affordable way. So I set 2 concrete goals because clearly we're now like onto the 5th month of the year and I haven't hosted anyone besides like family, which doesn't count. And like Camilla and Mary, who are basically family and don't count either. So Deborah, my manager, my friend, is coming from France. She's doing like a little trip. She's coming to Montreal. So JS and I are gonna host her and her partner for dinner. So Deborah is gonna be my like intro to hosting. Deborah, I can't wait to have you over. And then the second goal is to make a concrete plan for a housewarming. I really wanna throw like a office/housewarming party. I've been saying that since I moved and now it's been 2 months that I live in the apartment and I haven't even planned it. So I don't need to host it in May necessarily, but I want to start planning it. And those are all of my concrete goals. I hope that I'll be able to sit here at the end of May and check all of them off. We will be able to check in next month's monthly reset. I'm really happy that I got a lot more granular and concrete. It just felt right. I'm so happy to like be back on Notion. I will try and make this available as a template in case you guys like it. I'll link it down below if I'm able to do so. And that's a wrap on this video. I had so much fun resetting and hanging out out with you today. I really hope this video made you feel happy, made you feel maybe a little bit inspired, maybe made you want to do your own monthly reset. And with all of that being said, I will stop talking. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.